Your Storm Tracker weather with Chief Meteorologist Chikage Windler.
As Hurricane Ida makes landfall in Louisiana, here in central Texas, we'll see a few more showers and storms for your Sunday. And then as we look into next week, plenty of heat. Here's your forecast. Normally, I would start off by showing you a weather camera here in central Texas. Instead, we're looking in southeast Louisiana. That's where at 11:55 this morning, a Category 4 Hurricane Ida made landfall. Obviously, this shot is not from there. Clearly, the conditions would be much worse, but we're monitoring that as Category 4 Hurricane Ida continues pushing inland after making landfall at 11:55 this morning, very close to Port Fourchon in southeast Louisiana. Landfall was winds at 150 miles per hour, pressure 930, moving to the northwest, I should say, at 13 miles per hour. Important notes, 150 mile per hour winds, that ties the strongest to ever hit the state of Louisiana, the last island hurricane of 1856, and then last year, Hurricane Laura, which devastated Lake Charles, was also a 150 mile per hour wind speed storm. Pressure down at 930, and pressure will go up, wind speeds will go down as this storm continues to track its way inland. A lot of people either hunkering down or hopefully evacuated and trying to stay safe as storm surge, heavy rain, isolated tornado threat, flood threat, wind, all are going to be issues. Still a Category 2 expected by this evening around 7 o'clock with winds still at 105 miles per hour, even inland, just to show you the power of this storm. Weakening then to a tropical storm by tomorrow morning on Monday at 7 a.m. and then becoming a tropical depression as it pushes inland through Mississippi. Needless to say, this will be a storm that causes massive power outages and huge disruptions for days, if not weeks. And then the storm continues in a weaker variety all the way through the Tennessee Valley, into the mid-Atlantic, and off toward the northeast. It could touch Halifax, Nova Scotia by the time we reach Friday of this upcoming week. So here's a look at the path in motion from a Category 4 down to a 2, down to a tropical storm, then a tropical depression continuing on its way across Tennessee, Kentucky, into West Virginia, brushing across our nation's capital, moving across northeast sections from New York to New England and on toward the Canadian Maritimes. Quite a storm and something that folks will not soon forget. Storm surge warnings still in effect for much of Louisiana, all the way through coastal Mississippi and Alabama. In addition, we have hurricane warnings in red, tropical storm warnings in orange, and a whole lot of trouble with this beast of a storm. At the same time, we also have continuation of tropical trouble in Mexico because of Hurricane Nora, a Category 1 storm that is expected to continue to weaken to a tropical storm and then perhaps bring quite a slug of tropical moisture to the desert southwest and maybe even far west Texas by the end of the week. And it is a very busy situation. It does look like Nora has now weakened to a tropical storm, by the way. It had been a Category 1 hurricane. 10% development chance off the East Coast. That is down from 20% earlier. We have a new tropical storm. It's Julian in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. That one, though, is expected to be short-lived. It should become post-tropical by tomorrow. Tropical Depression 10 is expected to become Tropical Storm Kate, and then an 80% chance of yet one more system pulling off the coast of Africa. So we are now to our 10th named storm, Julian. The 11th named storm will be Kate in what is already an above-average season. Rainfall totals. There are going to be some isolated pockets as high as 2 feet through portions of southeast Louisiana. In contrast to that, our entire CBS Austin area going to see less than a half an inch and possibly quite a bit less than half an inch. Here we are looking at Q2 Stadium in North Austin, where they'll be playing later on this evening. No weather concerns expected. There could be some isolated showers and storms here and there, but most of them should dissipate towards sunset. Temperatures 86 at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Austin, so actually not bad. Nice, in fact, no 90s yet. 88 in Mason and 86 in LaGrange with a heat index of 97, so it certainly is stormy. By the end of the afternoon, nudging up to 92 degrees, drop down to a 10% or 20% chance of isolated showers and storms. You can see on radar now, there's really not a whole lot going on. There are a few pop up little hit and miss showers moving through Milam County, and much the same to be expected. But unlike yesterday, where there were some really heavy downpours, those will be fewer and farther between. So through the rest of this afternoon, temps nudging into the 90s, areas of light rain, maybe some isolated downpours with heavy rain and lightning and gusty winds, dissipating by about 8, 9 o'clock tonight. And then tomorrow morning, we should see lots of sunshine in place. We will be experiencing the hotter, drier conditions on the backside of Hurricane Ida. By midday, already close to 90, and forecasting a high temperature of 97 for your Monday. Best chances of showers will be out in the whole country. We'll go with a 10% chance in Austin, and I do think by Tuesday, we could see that triple-digit day, if only once. 100 degrees on Tuesday, still possible. Rainfall not looking very impressive. As mentioned, most areas probably won't see much for the next 7 days. As for temperatures, Monday 97, the heat peaks on Tuesday at 100, then we drop back down into the 97, 98 degree range, which will still be slightly above average. In terms of rainfall totals, you can see most locations picking up less than 1/2 of an inch over the course of the next week, as the big area for concern is to our east in Louisiana and points to the north right now with Hurricane Ida. Temperatures through Labor Day and on, look at this, a warmer and maybe slightly wetter trend September 6th through the 12th. And with that, we are back to your 7-day forecast where, frankly, the rest of this week looks pretty quiet. We're not going to see anything too exciting. The most noteworthy thing is if we do manage to see 100 on Tuesday, that will be it, only our 5th so far in 2021. You are all caught up. Obviously, Avery Tomaska will be covering all of the aftermath of Hurricane Ida for you on CBS Austin News this evening, scheduled for 5:30 and 10 o'clock. You'll also have more information on our hot weather to come, so make sure you tune in. Take care.